Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach.
Okay, guys. So now all of you please look at my screen, and the last integrations which we have
Not
is
sure. Not sure. Okay, yeah, you can
Kubernetes.
say.
So can you see my screen, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, in Kubernetes, you have to have more understanding than integration, because the work is of Kubernetes side more, and that required your skill set. So if you have good knowledge on Kubernetes, then you'll be able to integrate the things faster. So my questions to all of you, let me create some notepad. What do you want to monitor? That is the something you have to tell me, because what do you want to monitor? That is a question. Tell me.
In Kubernetes, you can monitor container, you can monitor pod, and yeah, you can monitor a specific component application,
Monitor services.
monitor
Services, yeah.
monitor, you can monitor, yeah, that
Yeah.
The
network.
services contain everything like application or it is server logs.
Right, right. So guys, tell me, what is the component in the master?
Master, you have API, you have etcd, you have scheduler, you have a controller, you have a you have controller, you have a scheduler. The proxy invoker.
Correct now?
No, proxy and kubelet inside the worker. No.
Docker container.
No, proxy is there in the master also.
Okay.
So here, these are the things we have. These are the things we have in the worker. Correct now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, you need to decide what you want to monitor, and based on that, integrations are available. So why I ask you this question, because if you don't understand, then it will be very difficult you to integrate. So let me show you here what is the confusion.
One,
So
sorry, Rajesh, to interrupt. One question. Inside the worker node, yeah, we can monitor node, we can monitor pod, we can monitor application. Why we need to monitor proxy, kubelet, docker of course content.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so here everything you get a different data. So for example, API server will tell you all the pods and services what you deploy basically. Now etcd will tell you the etcd information which you want to monitor, because etcd is very important. Controller manages likewise, scheduler, proxy, kubelet. Kubelet will give you the node information actually. So Docker also will give you the all this container utilizations and stuff like that. So different requirements you may have, and different things you have to set it up. So let me show you. So I'm just logging into Datadog my account. So now guys, if I go to the integrations, okay, click on it, and now search for Kubernetes, okay? Kubernetes. Now see here. See here. This is the results which you got it when I did the search for Kubernetes. Okay. So let me just snip it. Actually, it'll be easy for me to discuss. Okay. So this is the stuff. So look at this here. Do you want DNS monitoring? You have to use this one. You want proxy monitoring? You have to do this one. You want the pods and services? You have to do this one, which is the main one. Do you want the API server details monitoring? Then here. Controller managers. What is a metric server? Anyone have idea?
Maybe the Kubernetes having on detail about on log
Yeah,
and all.
so metric server is basically infra monitoring on the Kubernetes side. So metric server is a external component. You have to install it separately. Okay, it's a different component. You have to do that. So if you want lots of infrastructure detail, then metric servers, you have to configure it separately. Again, if you want on EKS, I think this is the stuff you can try. If you are doing the try a CRI, then this is the one. Scheduler, this is the one. And Nginx Ngress controller, this is the one. So these all are depends on your requirement. Okay. So infra monitoring, probably you will do that. Service monitoring and pod monitoring, you will do this one. Component monitoring, here you have, 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 here you have. So depends on your requirements and all, you can do that. So right now I'm going for the pods and service monitoring, which is generic one. For this, I'm going for this one. Got it, all of you?
Okay.
Okay, so now guys, what I will do, I will click on the Kubernetes. Now, let me just make it simple. I will read it. Okay. So go for the support, go for asset, go for data collection. You can see that here. Containers running, CPU capacity. These are the capacity, these are the metrics you will get it. And again, keep going it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paginations are there actually, a lot of it. Now this is the documents actually. So guys, first of all, you need a cluster. You know what? Luckily, we have a cluster. Why? Because yesterday I was in some Kubernetes session. So luckily we have a cluster, and this machine which I'm using it, basically it's a Kubernetes cluster only. Can we try? Look at my screen.
Mhm.
Got it? Oh, it's not ready. That is not good. So what should I do? So just a second, give me 2 seconds. I'll make it ready. Kuberium,
kubectl.
Kuberium reset. I'm deleting it and creating it because it's not ready. I don't want to troubleshoot in front of you because our objective is to get quickly up and running the clusters. So just give me 2 seconds. So yesterday I was having the Kubernetes session, so I was doing it and then I created this server for the same thing. So just give me 30 seconds. The Kubernetes clusters will be ready. Okay, guys, so done. There is some problem actually. The problem is okay, I got this. So basically, it is breaking by Docker latest version. So let me do one thing. Let me just give me 2 seconds. Because you know what? Kubernetes has deprecated the Docker. You know that, right? All of you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Kubernetes has deprecated the Docker from the 1.23 onwards, and they supported containerd. So I have to do some changes in this. So otherwise it will break. So let me do that. Because morning what I did in order to show the demo, I installed the Docker by overriding the last setup. That was the things. But no problem, I can remove it. That's not a big deal. Done. So that is done. It's not removed actually. Okay, so just you can remove this. So system CTF stop Docker. Just give me 2 seconds.
Rajesh, can you just skip this demo for tomorrow morning and complete some theoretical, just another 15-20 minutes, right?
That is also possible.
And then tomorrow we can start from fresh, right?
Yeah, that is also possible.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go into the slide mode then. Is it okay for everyone?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So okay, so this is a small topic. I think we can complete this. Uh, so now I'm going to talk about that how do we do authentication and authorizations, okay, in a Datadog. How do we do that? So for understanding that one, you need to log in to a Datadog, and first of all, you have to go this part, which is here. Okay, see here. So here you have a personal settings, and here you have organization settings. Okay, so you see here organization setting. That means anytime you create a one account, basically you become one organizations. Okay, so likewise, if anyone is creating a account, it's basically representing some organizations. Mind it. So this is the organization setting. So here, organization is basically where you can manage all of your projects. That is something like this. So you may have you know, one organization, child organization is not supported in the trial version. If you have a paid version, you will get a trial child organization and so on. So what is organization? So this organization is basically representing that users, teams, service account, login method, and all these API keys and auth and many more. So this is the representing organizations. This is your users related data. This is like a personal settings. Okay. So you are the administrator for the administrator for the organizations also, because you only created an account. So here you see that you got a role to yourself, a Datadog admin role. So likewise. So how do we log in to the Datadog? So yes, various ways you should have. So you have a password base which you are using right now. You can use a Google also to log into the Datadog. You can also enable the SAML. Okay, so SAML is like is a way like multi method which you can support using SAML. So for that also you can configure SAML. So here, all these options you'll get it under the login method. You see here, this is the password, this is the Google, this is the SAML, and you need to configure it if you want to support this. So these are the complete, details you have, which will help you to upload your SAML authentications. You can upload your SAML also, so that way it will help you.
Can
So
I
this is
interrupt?
all.
Yeah, Rajesh, can I interrupt?
Hello.
Yeah, can I interrupt here? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you. Just want to understand when you talk about the organization. Like, so you mentioned that when you log in, it become one organization. Maybe the organization is only for the admin user, or anyone can get an organization. We
Aha,
can.
no. So it's like this. See, I'll put it in this way.
I'm
You
just
know,
comparing. I'm comparing with the cloud. When you only few that the to create an organization, that you have some kind of permission for that, and inside the organization you create multiple project, multiple folder. Then you assign the permission. Who can do what, and similarly there is the same concept here.
yes, same concept, but it's like this. When you create an account, okay, you by default create an organization. That means every assets which you have belong to organization, not your account. Because you can be a part of the multiple account, your login. You can be granted access to multiple account, but your organizations is something where all the assets you do, monitoring, whatever you do, that belongs to organization. That means servers, integrations, all the logs, all the asset which you uploaded, matrices basically, users, and everything will belong to the organizations. So that way.
You're not getting.
Yeah.
So suppose it is a SaaS, it's a software as a service. So
Yeah.
when a software as a service, that means that suppose if in my organization IBM, if suppose I'm working on some account, suppose ABC company, and in ABC company I'm having a multiple project running, and each project I want a separate monitoring system, and I want that I can see everything, but not everyone can see all the project. So what is the role here in the organization if we have a multiple project running and we are using Datadog for that?
So here project concept is not there in Datadog. So organizations basically is representing the entire infra log, APM log, logs, matrix, logs, matrices, your users, your authentication method, authorization belong to organization. There is no project concept as such.
I understand, but then what is the meaning of organization? Because there is no meaning of organization then. Because then it's a simple user. Because user also have these all what you are telling that if
No,
I
so
if
user must be having at least one organization, belong to one organization. So by default, when you create an account, you create one organization by default. Now you can be a part of the other organizations also.
yeah, that's the question. How I can be part of other organization? That is the meaning.
You have to invite a user. So I was talking about that one. So here you can invite your users, and here invite users and then add the email address and assign the roles, and he'll become a part of your organization, which is mine is DevOps School.
and user inviting other user, you should have admin access on that. Am I right?
So here it's like this, one account, one organization, you have a 50-30 people, right? Someone is a infra team, someone is developer, someone is a program,
Right.
I mean
Yeah.
IT team, like that, likewise.
Yeah.
So multiple team members are working for the same organizations. Right now, what we did, we created, each one of us is created an individual account. But actually, in reality, what will happen? One person will create account who will be the super admin, and then he will invite it and then assign the roles according to as per their profile. So everyone will use the one account only, common account, and use that licenses, because everyone is not going to pay. Only one organization is going to pay for that.
Yes. Yes. I'm getting that. Yeah. So that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Understand.
So this is the login method, and these are the options available for Datadog. Now authorization, how do we set the authorization? Means which user is allowed to do what? So what you are allowed to do. So for authorization, these are the roles we have. Let me show you here also, it's the same thing. So you go to this here. So these are the roles you have. By the way, you can create a more roles, but this option is not available automatically in the trial account. So what you have to do, click on this setting button, and here you say enabled. Okay. So then it will be enabled by default. I don't know why they did it like that. And then you can create a custom roles and assign the permission. So here I'm creating a custom roles. Let's say DevOps team. Now, whichever so see that all the permissions is at this is the service level. Look at this, which service you want to access. So here, more or less, we are focusing on the infrastructure monitoring. So here, let me just segregate first, minimize all this thing. So it's still pretty long list actually. So here, if you're focusing on this, let's say infrastructure, so you'll give the access to integrations, and then you will give the access to dashboard, log management, monitoring means alerting, APM, so synthetic monitoring, RAM. So these are the things you will give access to it. So based on the access, you can give it, and then you right side you can select all this thing. Okay, so this is a simple one. You can understand that by whichever access you want to give it, you have to give it, and then create, save it. That's all. So now I did it. I created one role, given some access, and there's no users as of now. You can edit, delete, and all this thing you can do that. These three roles you have, which is inbuilt and which is coming along with every accounts actually. So yeah, you can get access by assigning into the users into the role. So where to invite? So here you have invite the using email address and get it done. Okay, so these are the three roles as we showed you. So admin role, users have access to billing information and ability to revoke API keys. They can manage users and configure read-only dashboard. They can promote standard users to administrator. Standard roles, users are allowed to view and modify all monitoring features that Datadog offers, such as dashboard, monitors, events, notebook. Standard users also can invite other users to organization. Third one is read only role. So accordingly, you have this user. Yeah, which user you understand that like you can create a more users to your organization. User which contain the email ID and password to log in the Datadog. Service account. So sometime what happens, you do the lots of API work actually, automation work. So you don't want user access, but you want the service account to be used for the applications to connect to the Datadog APIs and all. So service accounts are non-interactive accounts that can be used to own applications key and other resources that are shared across your team. So it can be viewed once by the individual who created the key. So where do you service accounts? So let me show you the service accounts here. You can create a service accounts here. Name of is like a build, email build@build.com, and assign the role to the user, whatever, and then create service account. So this is self-explanatory. This is service. Here you can create a new team, but it has come new feature. You see the new brand, new tag is there. Here you can invite a user. You can enable and disable the login method. Here you can configure the SAML group. and so on. Here you have a roles. Using that, you can assign the access to the user. Now, this I'm not talking about now because I need to cover the RAM and all before talking about API keys, application key, client key, and event APIs. This will be discussed in the last day. So many other options we have at the APM level. So whichever you want to, organization level, whichever you want to configure, let's say APM. Right now we have not done that. So that setting can be done at the organization level. These are the things: ingestion control, generate matrices. Many features are there at the org level, which you can control from there. So APM and logs and synthetic and RAM we have not discussed. So once we discuss, you'll automatically understand these settings. Okay, so did you got little bit of comfortable with the authentication and authorizations, all of you?
Yeah, some question actually, Rajesh. So suppose, is there any way that, because it's a SaaS, so now what I want that in spite of just creating a user, I can just log in with my IBM user and that LDAP authenticator, my Microsoft basically that. So is there any way to integrate
Possible.
my
SAML you have to enable.
Okay, so
SAML.
we need to do SAML that SAML configuration. So but SAML is different. But my question basically that if I need to integrate my existing user my organization level user, I don't need a separate user to create here.
But nowadays, in fact, organization level is hosted in the cloud, right? So SAML can integrate with your org, and org will get you the access through SAML and allowed to access to Datadog. So let's say Active Directory and all, you can use
Yeah,
that for
Active Directory and yes, exactly Active Directory.
cloud-based Active Directory. All these things.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Please continue.
Okay, so guys, I will request you to just play around with it. Users, team, service,